Hello and welcome to Global Agro Connect podcast with Phillips Joshua, the Agro King. It's episode 14th of our podcast, and today I'm going to be talking basically on black soldier fly larva production. Several of us has been actually getting this all wrong, and I myself have been making a mistake in it, and I would love to talk about it after discovering that after making some discoveries about it rather. Okay, before we dive into the topic, if you haven't subscribed, I would like you to do so now, and to get more of this update. And if you haven't actually liked this video, this audio or the podcast, please, after this, if you find value or if you have learned something new, please do so, and leave a comment on the section below on the next topic you would like us to talk about. We're actually open for that currently. The reason why we haven't been requesting this is because we had a set of topics that we wanted to discuss, but now we just have a few remaining, and I think it's time we should request topics from our listeners. Okay, you know what you want, you know what will interest you, you know what will benefit you. So what will benefit you obviously will actually benefit 2, 3, or 4 people out there as well. So since you have that intention to learn that, other people will also have the intention to do that, okay, to learn that. So if you want a topic to be discussed, please, as long as it's related to the agricultural industry or business wise, okay, you can as well put it down here on the comment section below, and we're going to look into that. Let's delve into the topic: black soldier fly larva production. We have actually organized 2 batches of maggot production training, and we are currently having the 3rd batch. Now, in these 2 batches, we focus mainly on housefly production, housefly maggot production. Now, when we do housefly maggot production, the process is easier. It's easier. It doesn't require the humongous setup. It doesn't require rocket science. It's actually something that basically everyone can actually master and do and get it all right. Okay, but the harvesting is where the twist comes in a bit. If you don't have the right tools for harvesting your maggots, especially housefly maggots, considering the fact that their skin is lighter and they can actually pierce into basically nets. Okay, so harvesting them sometimes can actually be a bit tricky, but once you've gotten it right, you have your maggots for your livestock to feed on. Now, black soldier fly maggots basically aren't that way, despite the fact that they require setup. Harvesting them is actually easier than that of housefly, considering the fact that they are larger and they have thicker shells, thicker skin, okay, tougher skin. Now, black soldier flies are basically having mistaken to be the big fly we see. Okay, the big flies you are seeing around is not actually the black soldier fly, and several people whom I've seen that are dealing on black soldier fly currently did not or do not attract them. It is rare before you see a place where you can actually attract black soldier fly. Several of them buy the pupa. Okay, they'll buy the pupa of the black soldier fly and rear the pupa, grow the pupa into hatching into black soldier fly. Then after rearing it, then the black soldier fly which has been hatched from the pupa will then produce maggots for them, which they can actually use for their livestock. Okay, I was watching a video a few days ago and I realized something. When you actually get your first set of pupa, there are few maggot farms in Nigeria currently that actually sell pupa as well as equipment for black soldier fly production. So if you are interested in getting your pupa, I don't sell it, but I know a maggot farm currently that does that, and they can actually do your deliveries to you if you want the pupa as well as the equipment to set up the site for or the love nest, we call it a love nest, for your black soldier fly to actually reproduce for you. So from the video I realized that once you get your first set of pupa, you don't necessarily have to start feeding the livestock or feeding your livestock with the maggot on the second stage. Okay, this is because the first set of housefly you get basically might not be as much as what you want. I might not give you the large amount of maggots that can actually satisfy your livestock for a longer period of time. So for you to actually get the large amount, you need to sacrifice some weeks, a few weeks to actually reproduce. for the housefly to actually reproduce. Basically, you don't necessarily need to feed the maggots to the livestock on the first or second stage. Okay, you can actually leave it for them for probably 2-3 weeks while they pupate in the love nest. You have more and more and more black soldier fly trooping in. Now once you have this, I'm telling you, once you have large number, there is no limit to the number of maggots, to the number of black soldier fly larvae that you can harvest from that farm. And if you keep increasing it, I'm actually looking forward to that anyway, getting them in a large quantity, or probably starting with a small quantity, growing them to maturity and rebreeding them for a longer period of time to having a large quantity. Then from that I can actually produce large quantity of maggots and to actually convert into maggot meal to be mixed with livestock feed. That is actually a very good business to go into, if I would advise, because the cost of setting it up is actually very low. It's minimal. So if you can do that, telling you the truth, you are going to be making money from it, as well as also feeding your livestock. And as we know, black soldier fly larva actually is richer in protein than the housefly maggot. But though, since the black soldier fly is very difficult to attract, the best thing is, if you know you can't afford purchasing it, or still make do of your housefly, the only thing is set several substrates to get the housefly larva in large quantity. So when you're harvesting in large quantity. Okay, so you're harvesting in large quantity, since that is easy to attract and it basically does not require rocket science. Okay, I think that's all 7 minutes now, and this is actually going to be a short podcast. I just want to talk about what I've learned about black soldier fly and how I believe you can actually start up your black soldier fly farm. That is actually very it should actually yield a lot of money if you can actually go into it. I'm really advising this for several of us who are in the livestock sector. I would want us to at least just try it out. Try purchasing it from whichever farm you know that deals on that. You can as well reach out to them and purchase few quantity of pooper. Try reproducing them on your own and see what you get. Okay, that's all for now. And if you haven't subscribed, please still do so for more updates. We have several updates coming your way, and if there's any topic you'd like us to treat, you can do well to put it down. And please, if you gain value from this, if you've learned something from this, do well to subscribe to the channel for more of this kind of podcast. Okay, thank you very much. Do not forget, follow us on social media, on Facebook at Global Agro Connect, on Instagram at Global Agro Connect. And if you wish to join our Telegram channel, you can actually comment on any of our social media posts to get the link for the Telegram channel to be keep abreast with whenever we are having our batches of training that we're going to be carrying out. Okay, thank you very much for listening once again, and this is goodbye.